to see the invisible stuff. That's the name of the YouTube channel, spelled just like that. If you like a video, and subscribe. Let's talk about legal trapping. How trapping went from an illegal thing to being on the streets to being legal on the radio, right? Because a lot of the people who do legal trapping, whether it's a radio station, whether it's a music executive, a radio DJ, a rapper, or whatever, R&B artists or what have you, right? A lot of them may have come from a situation where they used to trap, or they was living in a situation, closely related to a situation where trapping used to go on. And sometimes if I talk to somebody about that, who was in that situation, I used to live around that situation. I used to live around them when I was a youngster myself. See, here's the thing, right? A lot of people talk about, when you talk to somebody who in those situations, or used to be around it, well, how it got started. We ain't put ourselves there. We ain't do this, we ain't do that. And that's true. You are just born, and you're born into a certain environment, certain situations. And some people say, yeah, that's where I came up at, so that's what it was. That's a whole different situation than legal trapping, right? Because legal trapping would be somebody who's out of them situations, somebody who's not getting their money like that no more. Not saying it was right to get the money like that, but legal trapping is a whole nother level. It's trapping above trapping, right? Because if you're somebody who don't get the money like that no more, don't have to get your money like that no more, and you still reinforcing and glorifying it and celebrating it and okaying it, then that means them same situations that you was complaining about being in the first place, you didn't got out of it, and you still co-signing it. See, that's the thing that have to stop, right? If you're in a situation where you, like any one of those things, make the music, play the music, sign people who make the music, you got influence now. You're on the whole, you influencing the minds of the people. And everybody know the music got music in general, whatever type of music it is, it got influence. Straight up. Right? And people will agree, once you have somebody in mind, you got that person. You got a lot of control over that person. And the music got a lot of influence and got a lot of people's minds. So, all those people that I named who in those professions, you got a lot of people's minds. What you gonna do with it? Now, because you have a lot of people who do legal trapping, right? A lot of them talk about a lot of positive things, about doing certain things, getting certain things done. And I believe that for the most part, they are genuine in what they are saying. But they shooting their own message in the foot. If you still play the music, make the music, co-sign people who do it, congratulate people, give somebody an award for being the best person for carrying on the legal trapping. Because look, if you say we didn't create these conditions for ourselves, we were just born into them, that means the whole trapping mindset wasn't even your idea to start. Right? It's just like if somebody in a track meet, in this case a trap meet, somebody, the conditions that was already there before you got there is like the first person in a trap meet relay race. Right? Bang. The race can't get started without that person. Boom. They take off running, they hand that baton to you. While you was in them situations or those conditions or whatever, lived in it or was around it. You take off running just as fast as they did, and now you got help. You handed it off, right now, if you're a legal trapper, to that 17-year-old patting his foot, looking back, they be waiting, running before the baton even come. That's who you handing it off to as a legal trapper. Now, you out of the thing, you out of them situations, you know the consequences of it, but you still keeping it going. Now, see, you can no longer say as a legal trapper, you can no longer say, oh, well, look at what started these predicaments, because you out now. You trapping above trapping. You trapping on a different level. And actually, your trap game is more powerful because you have a broader audience now. At first, you might have been in a situation where, even if you wasn't literally trapping, You don't have to be literally had been a trapper to be a legal trapper. You can just know about them situations, grew up in them situations, lived there, went to school there, or whatever. You understand the predicament. That's all you got to do. And even if you don't understand the predicament, you still know that this stuff that's being talked about ain't right and influencing people in a negative way. So it still ain't legit. If you're doing that in a legal way, you legal trapping. But anyway, if you say the predicaments was in the situations was already there prior to your being there, that's one thing, all right, cool. Some of you born into certain atmospheres, hey, what could you do? You was born there. But once you know better, and once you out, even if you still in it and you know better, now it's on you. Just because it might not be an easy decision, don't mean it's still not a decision. Because sometimes people, you run down a situation, they say they didn't have no choice. But then you listen to them talk about it, it's not that they didn't have a choice, it's just that it wasn't an easy choice. So the fact of the matter is, it's you that's keeping it up now. That dude who started the race, he on the side, he in the stands now. And really, you in the stands now because you're not living in that environment no more. But instead of being in the stands, telling people don't do it, you kind of egging them on from the stand. That 17-year-old you handed it off to, he got that 10-year-old waiting on him to give it to him. And when he get about 15, he gonna take off running with it. You stepped out of the race, got in the stands, and telling him run fast as he can, go ahead and go get it. Even though you're not in that race no more, you know about the wear and tear, you know about the rigors of running that race and how it's not good for you. This is not a good thing. So you helping to keep the race going while you was in it, if you knew better, and definitely when you step out and step in the sidelines and cheering people on from the sidelines. That's what the legal trap is. We're no longer being in those predicaments no more. And the fact of the matter is, everybody want what's best for themselves. Everybody want what's best for themselves. So with that being said, look, it's just so it became you, because like I said earlier, you can say a lot of positive stuff and mean it about the environment in which you came from and the people of the environment. Tell them to do this, tell them to do that. Hey man, get your own. You can tell them to get their own stuff, but how? The music that you play, promote, celebrate, congratulate, get an award for, tell you, look, once you get some money, you need to buy this. This gonna make you somebody. You need to buy that. People start, the materialism will stop people from getting their own. You're not gonna save money to get nothing. Not if you really influenced by the music like a lot of people are. You're not thinking the music ain't for the most part telling you to invest. It's telling you to go get something. And you can feel a certain way about yourself. So you keep shooting your own message in the foot. The non-violent stuff, man, we need to do better. This area of the culture is destructive. It straight up is. It reminds me, all right, the legal trapper, the one who talk positive, the one who get on radio or have a radio show or a station or whatever, and visit a radio show or on their records. Sometimes talk about the positive stuff, what people need to do, good things, right? It reminds me of somebody who, let's say you got somebody in a relationship. He take care of his kids, or she take care of her kids. They faithful to their significant other. They got a nice job, everything. They doing a good thing as a parent and as a spouse. But they have a real serious eating problem. An appetite, a trappetite in this case, right? Well, all that good stuff that you did, which is good. That's just like the positive talk. That's good, reinforcing that positive stuff. If you got an eating problem, it starts taking a toll on your health. Now you can't be the same daddy. You're someone go outside and play basketball, you out of shape, you hurting, I can't do this, I can't do that. But I got heart trouble, I've been in the hospital, I can't do this. So you can have certain areas of life together and have one area in your life that can shut everything down or be a hindrance to the whole movement. And that's what this music is. Especially because you got even a lot of people who educated people, college degrees, good jobs, the whole thing, and still co-sign the music. But on the flip side, still, talk about a lot of positive things that people in these situations need to do, can do, speak, try to talk about doing good things. They genuinely do. But you're still co-signing the music. And if you're co-signing the music, making the music, glorifying the music, giving people awards who make the music, that same system that you complained about, that created the situations in the first place, that's what you co-signing. Because that's what created those situations, which created those actions, which created that mindset. And now you're just keeping it going as a legal trapper. When that's going to happen? People are always talking about like this, somebody boycotting, somebody protesting, somebody doing this, somebody doing that. But when people are going to start holding each other accountable in regards to this influential music that got people mindsets just changed, when that's going to happen? When is the radio DJ who know better going to say, man, you know what? Look, we got to stop doing this. We got to hold each other accountable. Look, what you doing on your radio station? Look, man, how about we take a stance and start saying, you know what? Look, we can't play this. How about we tell, the rappers with love, hey, you know what? We can't do this. Rappers tell other rappers, hey, we can't do this. Singers tell other singers, hey, we can't do this. We trying to improve as a, what? Because all the positive stuff that you see, like I say, shoot your own message in the foot. Fact, that's just a fact. Hold each other accountable. Let this poisonous, venomous, vicious music go that got a lot of people influenced in the wrong way. Let it go. Change the music for the better. The positive things that you talk about that you want, let the music start talking about that. And this is way bigger than race. This is good versus evil, God versus Satan. A lot of that stuff being talked about in the music is Satan's work. That's what this is really about.